Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest of our At Home With series. We're talking cricket today, and delighted to say we're speaking to a man who's one of the top players in Ireland. Mark Adair joins us. Mark, so great to speak to you. First of all, how are you getting on? How's lockdown been for you, and what have you been up to?
Yeah, nice to see you, mate. It's been pretty busy. We've had a house of six, with taking turns doing the cooking and stuff like that. But no, it's been interesting. Certainly not what we had hoped for June this year, but we've got to make the most of it now, I think.
And you've got brothers and sisters. Where do you fall in the sort of age? Are you the eldest, or are you somewhere in the middle?
I am the baby, youngest, get away with everything. So that as long as I've got mum on my side, like, so the rest they're fighting a losing battle.
And how have you found it generally, as far as sort of, I guess, with cricket and being a top cricketer like yourself, keeping your eye in isn't the easiest. I mean, have you been able to sort of do a bit with your siblings just to try and keep it ticking over?
Yeah, towards it, I had ankle surgery in March, end of March there, so sort of been recovering from that, and we're lucky we've got quite a good setup here. Like, we've got a walk bike and stuff here, and that sort of helped me tick along. But when it comes to the actual cricket side of things, I've had my brother throwing a few tennis balls at me. It's got quite heated as well, because we had a bit of short ball practice off one of the stools in the house, which made it interesting. But no, I live to tell the tale, so look forward to get back outside.
I'm sure. And I suppose your injury and having this sort of extended break, could that possibly be a positive for you? Could that help you from a personal level?
Yeah, absolutely. I could possibly be the only person that's actually benefited from lockdown. Getting a sort of 15-week layoff period. It doesn't happen very often, where you don't miss anything or you don't miss any games. And I think, we're looking forward to potentially having this England series at the end of July, and that's perfect timing for me. So I've been pretty lucky, I think.
And you're back in the nets now, sort of just as of the last few days. How's that been so far?
Yeah, look, it was good to get back in and see some of the guys yesterday. It's a bit of a weird setup when you arrive. You have to wipe all your stuff down. You have to, your temperature taken. You're in your certain area before you then get into your different zones. And although it's nice to sort of interact with somebody like that, you're very much days one-to-one training. So hopefully we're not too far away from the group stuff. But it was nice to even have a bit of a run around and throw a few balls. But
yeah, I'm sure. Let's look back at that Test match then, at Lords against England last summer. It was a dream start for you personally. Getting the 6 wickets was, of course, the headline from that. What was that like? Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I saw a video sort of soon after of someone else's view of us walking through the long room on morning one, and it sort of gave me shivers all over again. I had never experienced anything like that, and for that to have come so quickly. I made my debut 2 months before or something like that. For that to come so quickly, it was amazing. But looking back on it now, it's still it is pretty special.
How did you find the step? You did brilliantly, but the step up from sort of the county game to playing that elite international level at the home of cricket.
Do you know what? I didn't get an awful lot of red ball opportunity because of I had stress fractures upon stress fractures when I was at Warwickshire. And then when I left, I got a screw put in my back. And at times, I was sort of thinking, am I going to get back? But then, I pretty much took a year of not really playing any level of the odd domestic sort of first class stuff, but it was really limited. And then I got picked on the Ireland A tour, so the Wolves, to go to Sri Lanka in January, and I was last minute pick on that. And then 4 months later, or 5 months later, I'm sort of playing a test match against England, and it all sort of came quite quickly, which was amazing. But sort of haven't really had the hardships of Test cricket yet. We had that day 2 where we were in the field all day and it was pretty hot, but there's days like that can stack up, and you may only get 2 wickets in a day, whereas we were pretty lucky to get plenty.
Yeah, and again, those days are ahead. Those more great days and tough days, and memorable days. What are your hopes? Where do you hope to go from here with regards to cricket and international cricket with Ireland? What are you hoping you guys can achieve?
I think we've got probably one of the most talented setups Ireland's had in a while. You've got a number of young guys coming through, and I think there's a really nice blend at the minute of guys we can learn from, and sort of guys that are pushing them coming up the ranks. And it's good to see. And hopefully we've got the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, and a few guys can show what they can do, and then the world's their oyster, really.
Yeah, because I guess when you part of the Irish cricket team over recent history, names such as Niall O'Brien, Tim Murtagh, Ed Joyce come to mind, but it feels, I guess, it's going to be feeling very much like a new team now, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of Mert is the last one to go out of that list, and he was great for me, and I loved learning from him. He is a real character, both on and off, and I think that's the sort of thing where you can't try and replace guys like that overnight. And we've got a new captain now in Balbo, and sort of it's nice to see it will be nice to see where he looks to take the team and sort of what direction he looks to take on it.
Is there an element, a sort of a siege mentality element with you guys? It's sort of, it's us against the world. Do you have that sort of team morale where you think, we've got so much to prove and we want to go out and show these other nations who've been playing Test cricket for years and years that we are more than just the new boys on the block, we can seriously compete?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of we want to compete at all times. There's been days in the past where Ireland have played in a county competition, and sort of things. We're trying to get away from that. I don't think I can speak on behalf of everyone, but personally, I love competing at the highest level we can, and if we can then come up against these Australias, Englands, South Africas, Indias, and do well, and put in a challenge there, then what else do we need to prove? We've done it once or twice, but we now need to start doing that consistently and trying to then, if Ireland win, it's not a surprise, it's not it's not an underdog story, but at the minute it is, so we'll keep riding with the underdogs, I think.
Have you noticed a change in the popularity of cricket? I know you're over there near Belfast in Northern Ireland, but right across sort of Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, do you feel the popularity of the game is growing?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still struggling a little bit at sort of junior level to maintain guys playing, because obviously they would play in school or something, and then they would sort of go on to do other things. It's a weird one. If you don't love cricket, why would you spend your summer days standing in the field potentially doing nothing? But the more they see, and the more the game continues to adapt for young kids, and there's plenty of initiatives around. Like the ECB have done the All Stars thing, and I think that's a great way to get people into cricket. It's easy. It's you get your kit with your name on it. You sort of feel like you belong to something, and there's plenty of clubs certainly over here that are now starting to make cricket for youngsters more fun and more sort of energetic, and there's music playing and there's coloured kit, and I think that's what they want to do, and they want to see the ball flying around the place and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course, and that's exciting. It's exciting that you can be a big part of the growth of a sport as well in your country, Mark, which is really exciting. I'm sure you've become a brand ambassador for Gala Events as well.
Yeah.
You know, much like Dom Sibley of England as well. The two of you, I think, are both ambassadors now for Gala, which is great to see. You're looking forward to working with Gala over the next year or so, and you know, we're going to be able to see you at some events, we hope.
Yeah, like that's the plan. Obviously, we need to get rid of this Corona stuff and this COVID stuff, but you know, the plan for me is to sort of get involved as much as I can. You know, certainly take up their offer on a few golf days. Try and bandit my way around that, and yeah, look, I'm pretty keen to get involved. These guys, they're a great company, and they do a lot of really exciting things. So, be keen to get involved.
Right, Mark. Well, look, it's been lovely to speak to you today, and good luck getting back out there when, like you say, it's great to see you training, but getting back out playing again. We'll be following your progress with interest.
Perfect. Well, thanks, mate. Have a good one and stay safe.